what's up, Fiend fam? Throttle Fiend here, and welcome to another video. This has been a long time coming, and it's very much going to be a stream of consciousness type video. I am going to only edit out any serious flubs or anything like that, but for the most part, I'm just going to roll with it. So, first and foremost, to those of you who have stayed subscribed and watched my content, I cannot thank you enough. This has been one of the most difficult times of my life, and just knowing that you've been here to support me means the world to me, and I will endeavor to do everything in my power to make it up to each and every one of you. For those who are new here and are not aware, I had a 2020 lowrider arrest that I loved more than life itself. And I was riding home on June 24th, and at 2:51 p.m. a gentleman decided that he wanted to occupy the same space and time as I was with his vehicle, and unfortunately physics doesn't like that. So long story short, I clipped his rear bumper. The bike stopped, I did not. I did my best Superman impression for about 20 feet, and long story short, or even shorter, ended up with a broken wrist that required a plate and 11 screws to fix. Bike was totaled out by the insurance. The insurance went after his insurance company after they totaled it out. They got that, and I was refunded my deductible, and now we're just waiting on lawyers and insurance companies to do their things and kind of go from there. So a little bit where I've been and what's kind of transpired. This, as I said at the beginning of the video, has been one of the most difficult times of my life. I've never been more uncertain about a lot of things. I've been in a very bad headspace, especially since the weather here in wonderful Western New York has turned for the worse. I won't complain too much because we didn't get our first snow until, real snow, until late January, or mid-January, I should say. And, but we got like over a foot. But right before Thanksgiving, I started getting pain in my wrist, more so than usual because of the cold temperatures, and it's been really difficult. Whether it's at work, for those that have seen my video that I made on Chase on Two Wheels, I work in tech support, and so I'm at a computer 8 hours a day, and between typing on the keyboard, using the mouse, trying to play any type of video games, that's one of my other hobbies, especially when the weather is nasty, and even just sleeping, because the way I sleep with my head resting on my hand/wrist, my right wrist, which is the one I broke. My sleep patterns have been all messed up. I've been in a lot of pain, and it's not been fun. So I've been in a bad place as far as pain goes, and then of course, you know, just questioning myself. I mean, I've always known that I definitely wanted to ride again, but you know, there's always that little thing that would creep up, and you know, I would be anxious and anxiety would kick in. We'd be out on the road, and pretty much every time we went out in the car, we would see a cager do something stupid, like run a red light, cut in front of somebody, something like that, and my heart would just start racing and all that, and I just, you know, even like I said, even though I knew that I wanted to ride, it really just became difficult. So I was in a really bad headspace because, quite frankly, riding is one of the few things in this world, other than family and friends, that brings me peace. So it's a big part of my life, and you know, to potentially see that go by the wayside is just, it's really difficult to deal with. Like I said, being in Western New York, we have winter coming up. Well, we're in winter. We're going to be in winter for at least probably another 2.5 months, to like little early bit of April, give or take. And you know, then of course, any place that has snow and salt, you know, us riders up here, we like to wait for us to get the first good rainstorm or two in April to kind of wash the salt off the roads, so that we're not unduly putting bad stuff on our bikes. I mean, those that have been around for a while know that I pretty much, as long as the roads are safe, I will ride. I will gear up, I will bundle up, but I pretty much will ride in just about almost any temperature within reason. When it gets below freezing, I start to kind of tail it off a little bit. But so again, anyways, like I said, I just really wanted to thank everybody for sticking with me and supporting me, supporting the channel. The outpouring that both myself and Moto Pink Sensei, aka Mrs. Throttle Fiend, aka Kristen, got has just been so overwhelming and wonderful. I mean, we received cards, we received letters, gifts, far too many to name in one video without forgetting somebody. So you know who you are and know that I appreciate you more than words can say. That being said, Kristen and I purchased a motorcycle today. So, we went down to the dealership and we looked at some bikes, and I really just, I looked at, some Harleys and looked at some Hondas, looked at some KTMs and some other stuff, and heck with it. I'm not good with doing surprises. So, long story short, we ended up getting a Honda Navi. This is for a couple of different reasons. One is Kristen wants to learn to ride. She did attempt to take the MSF course last summer. She had some trouble with shifting and some things of that nature, and she seemed like she was the only person there that had never been on a motorcycle before, and she felt like she was being rushed. And you know me, I'm all about safety, so that's not something that I'm down with. So I want anybody, not just my wife, but anybody who wants to ride to be able to take their time and kind of learn. So when all of the other motovloggers, Moto Jitsu and her two wheels and as a magpie flies, went out to California to ride the Navi for Honda, we immediately were like, bingo, that's it. I mean, it's a great bike. It's super, super inexpensive. And the best part is it has an automatic transmission, a CVT transmission. So my thought is that we will get Mrs. Fiend comfortable being on two, working on skills. We have a mall nearby that back in the 90s was a real big mall, but it's basically vacant now and has been for at least a decade or more, and it's got a really big parking lot, so that would be the perfect place for her to practice. She does have her permit. Me being the M certification on my license here in New York, she can practice with me there at the parking lot. I think the rule is you have to be within a quarter mile or a half mile or something like that. So I want to get her used to being on two, get the feeling of counter steering, things of that nature. And then once that's done, if she feels comfortable enough, we will look into having her take the MSF course again. Another part of it is, quite frankly, fiscal. When I had my accident, Kristen was working full-time and I was working full-time. For those that have been around for a bit or follow me on social media, you know that Kristen is currently in nursing school. She has 2 more semesters left to go. She'll be done in December. But because of the nature of the courses and how in-depth everything is, she had to drop down to part-time, which I totally support. But that means obviously our income revenue has dropped dramatically. So quite frankly, right now, getting a new Harley, Honda, whatever, brand new cruiser or adventure bike or whatever, $20,000 plus bike just isn't in the cards. Doesn't make sense. That being said, I am waiting to see what happens with the settlement. I'm not expecting anything more than I'm owed. I just want my gear replaced. I want my down payment back for my bike, and I want my medical bills cared for, and my time that I missed from work taken care of. Anything above and beyond that is just gravy. So basically, this is Kristen's bike. We bought it together. We're both on the title. We're both on the registration, but it is her bike. She is going to use it to get familiar with riding. I'm going to use it for probably, a week or so, just to kind of get my feet wet again, feel what it's like to be back on twos without being on a big honking cruiser. get my feet wet and get used to stuff, and then we'll kind of go from there, see how things go. Again, everything's kind of still up in the air with the whole insurance issue, but know that I do plan on being on a big bike again soon. But we also want to give back. I want to stand on the shoulders of giants, as does Kristen. I learned a lot from watching Blockhead, Shade Tree Surgeon, Moto Jitsu, Dan the Fireman, among many others, too numerous to name here. And we've both been very grateful and learned a lot, and especially Kristen learned a lot from her two wheels, Jess. So we want to give back in any way we can. As I always state, one more rider is one less cager. So we definitely want to get as many people onto as possible. The more women that get onto, the more chances that it's going to be passed down to the next generation. So, because as we all know, dads have say, but at the end of the day, Mama Bear makes the rules. So, if mom's interested in riding and you've got little ones and all that, you might be more willing to say, let's check out that dirt bike or something and get them started and who knows. So, all right, so this video has gone a little bit longer than I expected. Again, I just want to do a stream of consciousness. So again, thank you all so much for everything that you've done. I hope you've enjoyed the footage that I've put in here on the video, and I will definitely catch you in the next one. As always, stay shiny side up. Throttle Fiend out.